British Academy Scotland Awards 2019.
All the focus didn't take a second to notice. Now we're separated by oceans vast. Couldn't make this last. I wish I'd stay, 'cause love can find a way to make your feet run heavy, make your heart unsteady, then it breaks. I'm praying that you're feeling the same.
We're here on kind of a mission.
You know,
Same here.
Spent some time in Hollywood trying to find something to get the thought of you and I off my mind. So tell me, honey, when you're just a step away from falling apart, do you ever feel like going back to the start? All the street lights illuminate what home used to feel like. And when I get to thinking, can't sleep at night. No, I don't feel right. I wish I'd stay, 'cause love can find a way to make your feet run heavy, make your heart unsteady, then it
We'll have our usual
Gin and tonic, please.
Edith.
Fine again, is.
Hollywood, trying to find something to get the thought of you and I off my mind. So tell me, honey, when you're just a step away from falling apart, do you ever feel like going back to the start? Oh, and you know I would, if I could. Maybe I spend more time in Hollywood than I should. So tell me, honey, when you're just a step away from falling apart, do you ever feel like going back to the start? If you can hear me, does it really have to wait?
This is me.
Feel you close, although you're 8 hours ahead. If we can pick it up, just tell me where and when. We'll go back to the start.
I choose you.
Again. If you can hear me, does it really have to wait? I feel you close, although you're 8 hours ahead. If we can pick it up, just tell me where and when. We'll go back to the start. We spent some time in Hollywood trying to find something to get the thought of you and I off my mind. So tell me, honey, when you're just a step away from falling apart, do you ever feel like going back? You know I spent some time in Hollywood trying to find something to get the thought of you and I off my mind. So tell me, honey, when you're just a step away from falling apart, do you ever feel like going back to the start? Oh, and you know I would, if I could. Maybe I spend more time in Hollywood than I should. So tell me, honey, when you're just a step away from falling apart, do you ever feel like going back to the start?
Do you think they'll be wondering where we went? Nah. They'll know where we went.
Please welcome your host, Edith Bowman.
Good evening, Glasgow. How are you all? Good? Oh, it's great to be here. A big welcome to everybody watching in Scotland and around the world, and of course, to you all here tonight in this fine room, dressed in your finery. What a night it is for the nation's budget fashion retailers. Wonderful. I am absolutely delighted to be back hosting this wonderful annual event. It is a treat to be asked to come and do this, where we quite rightly celebrate the achievements of Scotland's screen industries over the past year. We've just seen what a beautiful film that was, wasn't it, of the highlights of some of the stunning work nominated tonight. It's an evening full of drama, emotion and tears, and that was just me trying to get into this dress earlier on. No one needed to see that, more Spanx than a Beyoncé touring wardrobe. We Scots, however, continue to try and very much make our mark on the entertainment industry with brilliant talent on both sides of the camera, top drawer facilities and locations that really do take your breath away. Trust me, I have just seen the design build for the new Channel 4 offices. Now, with the new hub opening up in Glasgow, Channel 4 is now firmly on our doorstep and driving towards a 50% spend out of London by 2023. That is extraordinary. Apparently, experts are also predicting this will be matched by 50% rise in the number of man buns and restaurants where you've never heard of anything on the menu. What a year, though. Once again, exceeding expectations. Just recently, Martin Compston and David Heyman and many other top talents have been filming in Glasgow for the big BBC drama The Nest. While Fast and Furious brought Vin Diesel to Edinburgh, rumour has it, and it's just rumour, that for Fast and Furious 10, he's going to change his name to Vin Electric Hybrid. It's my favourite one of the night. Okay, we've had the arrival of the BBC Scotland channel, one very recent highlight being the dark comic drama Guilt. What a show! Definitely raising the bar when it comes to Scottish drama. Extraordinary stuff. BBC Alba and BBC Scotland worked together on two fantastic festivals at Transmit and Belladrum, where the presenters were live on two different channels in two different languages on the same night. Wrap your head around that one if you can. Meanwhile, STV is enjoying its best viewing share in a decade, and STV Productions have just completed filming on the much-awaited Mystery Elizabeth is Missing, starring Glenda Jackson. They also brought us The Victim, so good. Nominated tonight and starring Kelly MacDonald and James Harkison, who join us tonight. Where are you? Give us a wave. Where are they? Being shy. Who else have we got in the house? Who else? Jack's back, wherever he is. Jack's back. Last year's actor in film winner Jack Lowden, nominated again with another esteemed performance in the fantastic Mary, Queen of Scots. Brilliant. And he is in very good company. Oh, indeed, in this category, the legendary Peter Mullen. And rising star. What a performance from Lorne MacDonald. And what a collection of films that you're representing too. So good. We have two Derry girls in the room. I'm so excited. Nicola and Saoirse are here to help with proceedings, and Outlander stars Sam Heughan, Katrina Balfe, Richard Rankin and Sophie Skelton have all travelled through time to be with us this evening. Thank you so much for being here. Tonight we honour an exceptional career with the Bafta Scotland Award for Outstanding Contribution to Craft, awarded to a hugely respected script supervisor who has worked with the likes of David Bowman, Bill Forsyth, Neil Jordan and Gurinder Chadha. Welcome, Pat Rambo. And after the last pint was pulled at the Klansman, I know, the award for Outstanding Contribution to Television will be presented to Scotland's most watched and loved sitcom, Still Game. So we are up and running tonight with the award for this year's Best Achievement in Entertainment. And here to celebrate the nominees and reveal the recipient of this evening's first Bafta Scotland trophy are two stars from one of our very own top comedy shows from Two Doors Down. Please give a rising welcome to Jonathan Watson and Joy McAvoy.
So we want to say a big congratulations and good luck to all the nominees tonight.
So, Joy, tell me, what... Well, they said project. What ties the three programmes in tonight's category?
Well, we have a children's TV panel co-hosted by a dog, an adventure game show set in a dystopian universe, and a Scottish New Year's celebration, Johnny.
So, a talking dog, people getting chased, and a giant bevy session. Just a normal night out in Glasgow city centre. Let's take a look at the nominations.
Entertainment. The dog ate my homework.
That was a bit of fun, wasn't it, Soph? We'll just get you down in a minute. We're all happy to wait for a ladder, aren't we?
Yeah.
Let's wait for a ladder.
Drop that. Yeah. No. Don't do that. Do it. No.
Welcome
Hogmanay
to
Live.
Hogmanay Live. We have a cracking show for you tonight, so let's get this New Year party started with the sensational Alicia Dixon.
I got a man with two left feet, and when he dances not to the beat, I really think that he should know that his rhythms go, go, go. Hey, I gotta come on.
Last Commanders.
This way! Go! It's locked! You okay, Zork? Yeah, go! Come on! Run here! Come on! Get in! Quickly! Go, Rangers! Come on, Commanders! Come on, quickly! This one's green! Come on, as we're going to make it! Go! Okay, get in there, man! Make it! Go! Well done, mission accomplished! Yeah! And the winner is...
Last Commanders.
Okay. That wasn't supposed to happen this year. We got nominated last year, I wrote a speech. We got nominated this year, I was like, wow, we can't win it. So I don't have a poppy, I don't have a speech. I got the bus. Maybe I'll get a cab home, who knows. Right, what a lovely thing. Bafta, thank you. Jury, thank you. This is an incredible show with a bunch of incredible people who made it. When we first said to people in London, we want to make a show that turns a first-person video game into a game show where the kids sit at home and talk to an actor who's in Film City, Glasgow, wearing a camera, people went you're making a drama show and a game show and Gogglebox on a CBBC budget, and we went, yeah. We were that mad, and these are some of the people who managed to pull it off. So everybody who helped every step of the way, Hugh Lawton, CBBC, thank you so much. This is for you. You were brilliant, and you deserve it. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, there we go, first one down, yes. Right then, tonight's next category honours this year's most outstanding work in current affairs. They're quite excited, still hear them. To present the awards, two people who spend their lives bringing their viewers the facts. From Newsround to BBC Breakfast. Now, this room is obviously an area of high pressure, so we better get on with the nominations. Please welcome Martin Dugan and Carol Kirkwood.
Hello. So, in today's increasingly complicated world, television current affairs has never been greater to speak of truth and responsibility.
Now, each of tonight's nominated programmes has asked questions that really mattered. So, let's take a look at them.
Current affairs. Disclosure. Can cannabis save my child?
It's now a month since Cole started taking the cannabis drug which Lisa smuggled in for him from Holland. Today, Cole has a surprise for his mum.
You're at a wee bit, though. Careful.
Okay.
And then after a while, it got really serious.
Disclosure. Suffer the children.
So it was no longer a laughing matter. And so none of the girls then spoke about it.
Disclosure. Who killed Emma?
Natalie took the police to the remote location where she said the man had brought her. She was asked to identify him from police photo books. We know of 3 other sex workers who were also brought to these woods.
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to...
Here we go. Who killed Emma?
Sometimes I feel cold, even paralyzed. My interior world needs to sanitize. I've gotta step through or I'll dissipate. I'll record my step through for my basement tapes. Nice to know.
You don't prepare anything just in case you lose. And I'm such a bad loser, so I've not prepared this. Thank you very much on behalf of Eamon O'Connor, who produced and directed this film. Thank you very much. He can't be here this evening. I know he would say thank you, but I would also like to say a massive thank you to him. When I first asked him if he would make this film with me, when he agreed, I couldn't have been more delighted. His enthusiasm, experience, passion, his dedication. He wanted this story told for so long. So thank you, Eamon. Mona McAlinden, the best teammate you could have, the AP. Incredible. Jim Allison, who cut the film. Susan McClundy, who just made sure we behaved ourselves. Not all the time, but most of the time. Ros McInnes, who got this programme over the line. This was the most difficult programme to get broadcast. Shelley Joffrey, editor of Investigations, you did not flinch when I came to you and told you what I thought I had. Sorry. And you supported us 110%, so thank you. This was the most emotionally devastating films to make. The Investigations Unit is all about giving people a voice, whether it's the cannabis mums or the courage of the men and women who told Mark and Callum their story. It's about giving people a voice, and those countless women that we came across who felt they weren't important enough to be believed or to be supported by the very system that was there to protect them, to Emma's mum, who has been screaming out for answers for so long, and for Emma, who was silenced for good 14 years ago and whose murder remains unsolved. I hope we have given them all a voice, and I hope this film changes all of that for all of them. So, thank you. thank you. Now the award for the year's best work in features and factual series. Here with the crucial envelope in hand, two performers in constant demand, both seen this year in the wonderful hit drama, The Victim. Please welcome James Harkness, and Chloe Perry.
We followed the glitz and glamour of wedding planners in Asian communities, the tireless journey that Police Scotland go through in a murder investigation.
And 8 hopefuls with no experience compete to become the next wrestling star. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Features and factual series.
On Valentine's Day to the one.
Getting hitched, Asian style.
Valentine's Day. Lots of
You're
kisses.
two serious romantics, aren't you?
Yes. This photograph is the photograph that I fell in love with Ossett after seeing this photograph of him. Yeah, super handsome.
I would like that.
You are, but you're still super handsome.
Yes.
To me, you're still super handsome.
You don't want to think of my mum and think of this.
Murder case.
When people think of Julie Riley, they've got to think the worst in the headlines in the newspapers, they've got to think of that. Like, 'cause my mum always wanted to be a gran and she was so happy. And then, like, that title's just a betrayal through the door, like.
See the guy that's sitting on the pavement?
Rogue to wrestler.
Going up and asking what he's getting for his Christmas and take it nice and easy and be nice and soft.
Your dad wants to know what you want for Christmas. A nice train set.
You call him a fucking weirdo.
You're a fucking weirdo, mate.
Just walk away from him. Walk away from him. Talk to him.
Train set.
All right, Paul, just be nice and natural. Right, see that guy there behind you? Ask him to stop adding you on Facebook.
You stop adding me on Facebook. I don't want waved at. I don't want poked. Bolt. In my square.
In my square?
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to Murder Case.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for voting.
I think this award goes to Stephen and Julie. Not only Firecrest Films and the Elite Murder Squad, but it goes to them. And it goes to them because this makes a horrible experience for a lot of people and a lot of hurt for families, and it makes it a happy ending.
A lot of people really contributed to making this what it was, but mainly I want to thank 3 incredible women, 2 of which you've just met. Their courage and their bravery in taking part really is why we're standing here, and really is why millions of people watch this program. So thank you. I hope this series does something to represent Julie, your sister, your mother, and just show how much she was loved and how much how profoundly she will be missed. She is missed. I need to thank Police Scotland, in particular the major investigation team, represented by Mr. Mark Bell, for just really opening their doors to us and just being genuine and honest and just being amazing. Thank you. There's a lot of noise and hullabaloo that go around any major organisation, in particular the police. But it's easy to forget that at the heart there are some really good and genuine people, like Mark, like so many of the officers that help with us. I just want to say thanks again to them. I need to thank the Firecrest Films team. We've got producer Paul McGuinness, Kenny Ingalls, who wrote the music, Audrey, who cut the film so wonderfully, executive producer Ian Scully, Lorraine McKechnie, just everyone involved, all the guys behind the scenes at Firecrest. Thank you so much.
Scotland is a superpower when it comes to gaming. Easy over there. Just got my eye on you. Table. Thank you. Scotland is a superpower in gaming, with Scots companies behind global phenomena such as Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft, and more recently the massive Red Dead Redemption 2. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. So the winner of tonight's award for Best Game follows in an outstanding and hugely vibrant tradition. To reveal the results, Bafta Scotland welcomes two hugely popular faces from television's biggest soaps. From Coronation Street and River City, join me in welcoming Helen Flanagan and Jordan Young.
Good evening, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
Here we have a crossover between a popular TV show and awesome game, an eerie new perspective on the space station thriller.
And a fast-paced scenario where you have no weapons, but you can hack your enemies who do. Either a good idea for a computer game or a North Korean after-school club. Engaging the reaction, I didn't write that, but had that got a big laugh, I'd have been thank you, but nothing to do with me. I wasn't keen on it myself, but there you go. Moving on, shall we look at the nominations?
Game. Bloons Adventure Time TD. Observation.
You poor soul.
Socketeer.
BAFTA Scotland Award goes to...
The Bafta Scotland Award goes to Observation.
Wow.
We thought we'd bring everyone up, sorry. I'm hoping the stage can take it. Again, thank you very much to Bafta and the jury, this is outstanding for us. When we started the production company, No Code, this was the game we wanted to make. That was nearly 5 years ago. And since then, we have been working really hard. We've made different games in the meantime, trying to get this thing off the ground. And so we want to thank Devolver, who are our publisher, and Sony PlayStation, who helped us get the thing up and running. And one of the things that a lot of people said about this game was that they thought it was made by a much bigger team. A lot of people would say that this was really cool and really liked the game, and I didn't realize your team was so big. And it was like, well, there's us, this is it. And it just shows you that small teams can do really big things. And this is kind of testament to that. And we want to kind of remind people that if you've got a good idea and a great team, and maybe a couple of million of someone else's money, you can do some really good stuff. So, thank you.
So tonight's next category recognises the year's finest achievement in animation. Joining us to salute the nominees and announce the winners are two rising stars making their name in international drama from the wonderful clique. Please give a Bafta Scotland welcome to Saoirse Grounsell and Synnøve Carlson.
So, we've the gripping story of an astronaut who must choose between life and limb, a sad wee mouse trying to hide his true identity in 1950s America,
and a painstakingly crafted experimental work. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Animation. 4-3. The fabric of you.
No, would it happen? Yeah, no, yeah. He's in that new film. That's very kind of you.
Love, Death and Robots, Helping Hand.
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to Love, Death and Robots, Helping Hand.
So the music just kept going. So animation is a team sport, so I have a lot of people to thank. I'll go quickly. My name is Caleb Bouchard. I was a producer at Access Studios for this short. I'd like to thank John Yo, the director, who could not be here tonight, Claudine Griggs, who wrote the short story on which the material is based, executive producer Richard Scott, and Debbie Ross, who's not here tonight, Ellie Condren, who was our lead actor, Bram Sells, the art director, CG supervisor Drew Robertson, the production team, Debbie Ferguson and Lorna Rioch. Lorna? Where's Lorna? There's Lorna. Our lead character artist, Ekaterina Pushkarova. The environment leads, Wojciech, I can't say Wojciech's last name. I'm sorry, Wojciech. And Stevie Gill, and animation supervisor Friedel Joost, and lead writer Luca Candela. And finally, to thank Netflix, series creator Tim Miller, executive producers David Fincher, Jennifer Miller, and Joshua Donan, Blur Studio, and the supervising producer Victoria Howard. Thank you.
Right then, next up is the award for Specialist Factual, a category which encompasses arts, history, science, and so much more. Both with Bafta awards on their mantelpiece, an actress and a comedian and a presenter. A warm welcome, please, for the fabulous Sharon Rooney and Ian Sterling.
Yeah!
So tonight we've got an investigation into the environmental impact of the fashion industry, a sad and graphic reminder of the 1918 flu pandemic.
And I look up, it's written there.
Oh, right.
And I look back at the difference of opinion. And I look back at the difference of opinion that divided a nation. And even though I do work for ITV2, I'm not talking about Colleen Rooney and Rebecca Vardy. The insinuation there is that I'm stupid. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Specialist Factual, sponsored by Deloitte.
The mighty Arrow has been shrinking since the 60s, ever since the region was developed for cotton production.
Fashion's dirty secrets.
3 hours later, and we're still driving on what was once water.
So we're still on the seabed now. To the right of us,
That used to be the coastline.
is that camel? Are they camels?
Yes, camels.
The flu that killed 50 million.
Trey. The lung is heavier than normal.
Must be at least a cup and a half of fluid there. No wonder he asphyxiated.
He's shocked. The lungs are even more destroyed than those damaged by poison gas.
Nicola Sturgeon was very well aware of the fact that we had a poll, so I was...
Yes, no. Inside the indie
in
ref.
the room at the end of this briefing and kind of interrogated by Nicola.
I didn't lock him in a room. I think that's a slight exaggeration. I may have barred the door so that he couldn't get out of the room.
She started off by asking me about the poll and what was in it.
Come on, just tell me. I won't tell anybody. You know, just between you and me, Jason. And when that clearly wasn't working, I decided to come at it from a different angle. So I said, is it interesting?
It's definitely interesting, yeah.
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to...
Yes, no, inside the indie ref.
Is Mick McAvoy here? Because when Mick rang me and said he wanted me to make this series, I really just want to blame him now for the fun I had. Mick, can you stand up, because I want to thank him. Where are you? What's happened to you? I shaved my beard.
I've lost weight.
But it's all his fault. Jim Allison and Jude Suggett, who cut it, fantastic. Lottie Murphy-Johnson, Leslie Shields, who taught me everything I needed to know. Stephen, and who else have I forgotten? David Herrod at the BBC. Thank you very, very much. We couldn't have got through it without you. And what a privilege. How exciting.
Go your own way. You're absolutely fine. Yeah. Either absolutely hammered or just no idea. Okay, time now to honour the year's best work for a writer in film or television, which last year went to none other than Armando Iannucci. To tell us who will be following in those illustrious footsteps, we have one of the stars of Outlander. It's the always dapper and brilliant Richard Rankin.
It tells you where to put it. That's great. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure to be here, as always, and a massive congratulations to the fantastic nominees tonight. Here we have a great shortlist of contemporary female voices with a touching drama featuring Glaswegian country music, a gripping psychological thriller, and a comedy drama which tackles graphic sexual thoughts. Now, there's a joke at the end of this. And after North Korean after-school care, I think I'll abstain. So let's take a look at the nominees.
Writer, film, television, supported by Screen Scotland. Jacqueline Persk, The Cry.
Whoever took Noah must be very good at hiding the truth. Even from those close to them.
Well, it might not have been one person. Two people can keep a secret much better than one.
Oh, I can't even imagine that.
When I was 14, I started having relentless graphic thoughts about sex. Not just sex, fucked up sex. Sex that gets you arrested sex. And 3,723 days later, it hasn't stopped.
Kirsty Swain, Pure.
It's like the Sixth Sense, but I don't see dead people. I see naked ones.
I'm actually trying to get to Nashville.
Nicole Taylor, Wild Rose.
I need to raise a couple of grand so I can get flights and hotel, and I can't drive, so I'm needing a driver as well. And it wouldn't be more than 2 or 3, definitely less than 5.
Oh, Rosalind, I'm sorry, I can't just give you money. That's what you're suggesting, which I'm sure it wasn't.
No, it was.
Can't do that.
I don't know. I'm not being funny, but I just kind of thought with all the wee smelly candles burning everywhere and bottled water and all that, you know, you wouldn't miss it.
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to Nicole Taylor for Wild Rose.
Stephen on her behalf. I'm not Nicole, obviously. Nicole is so sorry not to be here tonight, but she has recently had a baby, and so it's a good reason. But she has asked me to read something out for her, and I wrote it on a scrap of paper because I saw someone do this with a phone last year, and it went off while they were speaking. So, thank you so much to everyone who watched Wild Rose and to everyone who voted for it. Thank you to Tom, that's me, a bit awkward, for giving life to this script and making a film that's more joyful than I ever imagined. Thank you, Faye Ward, for sticking with it for nearly a decade. To the thunderously talented Jessie Buckley for Rosalind. Thank you, school. We'd have nothing without you. Thank you, Joe Phillips, Polly Stokes and my family, Poppy, Guthrie, and the brand new Odessa. I'd like to dedicate this award to a towering figure, a legend, an icon of nippy, sweetie Glaswegian womanhood, my mum, Celia Taylor. Mum, Mum, my mince is your mince. I love you. Thank you for everything.
That line, every time my mince is your mince, my mum's there, so can I look at you or I'll start crying. Every time. Right, our next category is for Director Factual, and who better to present it than two leading lights of broadcasting. One is busy on A Place in the Sun, joined by the living legend who shocked and saddened us all early this year when she stood down from reporting Scotland after 3 decades. Please welcome Jean Johansson and Jackie Bird.
Can we just have a round of applause for Jackie Bird, please?
Now, this is a terrific category. Here in this category, we have some poignant and some funny moments, with David Hockney installing a stained glass window by request of the Queen, Police Scotland detectives racing against the clock to bring closure to a murder victim's family.
And former Rangers star Davy Robertson moved to the war-torn region of Kashmir to take up the helm as the world's most sweary football manager. Let's take a look at the nominations.
Director, Factual. Greg Clark, Real Kashmir FC.
You look at the Premiership managers, the only time the game's off is the weather.
I must be the only coach in the world that has to go through these things, when there's, been a shooting, there's a heavy police presence here, as you can see.
All the stores, everything's closed, all businesses basically come to a standstill, and that's in the hope that it'll all calm down.
Louise Lockwood, Imagine. Hockney, the Queen and the Royal Peculiar.
It's going to be here for me. Yeah.
Well, I'm only just realising it now, that it will be here for a few hundred years, when all my other stuff might be dust,
I'm trying so hard to make life be normal, but how can we do that if that thing, who I don't have a name for, won't let us have you, Angel, so we can lay you to rest?
Matt Pinder, Murder Case.
How can we not find these suitcases as well, Hen? He knows. So why can't he tell where they are? It could be the closure that could help us, and so much, Mum, too, Hen.
What a diverse category. There has to be a winner. And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to
Matt Pinder for Murder Case.
It's lonely up here by yourself. I'll keep it brief, and if it's all right, I'll keep it personal as well, because I'd like to thank my mum and dad, who should be watching at home if they can figure out how to work Facebook. It's their love and support that's kind of given me the confidence to get through the inevitable periods of self-doubt and self-pity that you have in this business. Not once did they tell me to get a proper job, so thanks for that. I'd like to thank my wife. My wife Sharon, who's here tonight, we met years ago back when I was kind of scratching around for work experience, and she believed in me then, and she still believes in me now, so thanks for that. This is the only job apart from being a dad, the only job I ever wanted to do, and it's a job that isn't always conducive to being a dad, so thanks to her for doing the lion's share of parenthood. I'd like to thank there you go. I'd like to also thank our kids, Leah and Lucas as well, who'll be watching, I think. Just really for helping me pull my head up my ass and just making life just a hell of a lot more interesting and full of love. Thank you.
Okay, tonight's next category recognises the Best Single Documentary. Presenting the award are a social media sensation who's taken our talent onto the brand new BBC Scotland channel, and an actor who entertains global audiences in the Netflix hit Sex Education. A very warm welcome, please, for Jamie Genevieve and the exceptional Ncuti Gatwa.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. Put that glass of wine down, Auntie. Yeah. Some impressive storytelling here. One man's love for the game takes him to one of the world's most dangerous places, and the UK's worst peacetime maritime disaster is etched into our community's memory forever.
And a Scottish bank's incredible rise and the shocking fall that almost took down our economy with it.
Let's take a look at the nominees.
Single documentary.
There's more bad news.
The bank that almost broke Britain.
It's looking very, very bleak at the moment. It seems that the emotions running through the city of fright, fear and panic.
At 8 a.m. on Tuesday, the 7th of October 2008, the Chief Executive of the Royal Bank of Scotland left his suite at the Ritz Hotel and got into a dark blue chauffeur-driven Mercedes.
They ran out of coffins because there were so many bodies.
In sight of home, the Iolair.
Kenneth was put on a cart and he was brought back to Arnon like that. So such a waste. You go 4 years through the war and you die within 100 yards of home. Crazy.
Real Kashmir FC.
Due to the cancelled games, a bounce match is organised against Real Kashmir's own under-18 team. Even that turns into a disaster when their trainer sets his team out to kick Kashmir off the park.
There's no point fucking calming him now, is it? You fucking wind the cunts up all the fucking time. Fucking clown. One fucking club. If you don't want to be a part of it, fuck off!
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to Real Kashmir FC.
Jesus. I won't swear, he might. You know, I didn't get into television to be judged better than other people. You get into television so that you can tell amazing stories and that show what's common and what is universal in the human spirit. And I think this story does that. So I'd really love to thank David Harron for BBC Scotland and the new channel for taking a punt on a crazy idea that was mental, that he probably shouldn't have done, but he did. And also to thank Ross Wilson and Chris Bunkland, who sort of gave me a long enough leash in the edit, safe in the knowledge that I wouldn't, if I screwed it up, they would fix it. And Davey, for trusting me enough not to sort of make him look like a dick. But I didn't, but you know. And then finally, to that man, Sandeep Chatu, who is the owner of Real Kashmir, who took a punt on a dream that football isn't just about kicking a ball round about a park, it's actually about hopes and dreams, and it speaks to something bigger in the human spirit. Thank you very much.
I'd just like to thank Greg for making it an enjoyable experience. It can be very tough in a war zone with no internet, no phone, training at 6 o'clock in the morning, can't go outside a hotel. And he lightened it up, even at 2 a.m. in the morning when he forced me to go for a walk in a dark alley in a war zone. Even that was fun. But I think everyone at Real Kashmir really thanks Greg for everything he's done. The people of Kashmir, obviously, it's a difficult place to be in, difficult place to live in. But he certainly puts smiles on faces, even though there's a bit of swearing in it. He's actually made me realise that I actually do swear. I convinced myself for years that I never swore. Obviously, I do. But a big thanks to my wife for not divorcing me for making a crazy decision. Thank you.
Amazing. Well done. Congratulations. We now come to the first of tonight's special awards of BBC Scotland, bestowed in memory of the distinguished makeup artist Robert McCann. It honours an outstanding career behind the camera in one of the industry's crafts. To tell us about tonight's recipient, we have a producer whose credits include The Mission, Killing Fields, Children of Men and Mad Max Fury Road. Please welcome our very own local hero, Ian Smith.
Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted and honoured to present this long overdue and very well-deserved award. It goes to someone who is not only a brilliant professional, but is also one of the nicest people to be on a film set with. Film crew generally get little of the credit when a film is successful. But the truth is that the crew can make all the difference to the creative as well as the technical achievements that contribute to a film's success. The work of the script supervisor could not be more central in this. Script supervisors are often overlooked when the glory is being handed out. But no one should doubt that they are key to the success of actors, directors, cinematographers, costume designers, makeup and hair designers, and of course, the editor. They are also crucial, by the way, to the work of the producer. Script supervisors hold the whole thing together, keeping the process in touch with the purpose, keeping an eye on the very thing we're all there for, the story. Tonight's recipient is one of our very finest script supervisors and one of Scotland's own. Pat Rambo has been working in our industry for over 40 years. I first met her when I visited the set of Winston Churchill, The Wilderness Years, way back in 1981. We went on to work together on the beaches of Morar for Local Hero. In the jungles of South America for The Mission. And Joy of Joy in the slums of Calcutta for The City of Joy. Her track record far exceeds those films, of course, and is truly a glittering one. By my count, she has worked on over 50 films, including The Emerald Forest, Mona Lisa, White Mischief, Beyond Rangoon, Michael Collins, Elizabeth, Bridget Jones's Diary, and of course, The Magdalene Sisters, to name but a few. An impressive career from one of our very own. But let's find out some more.
Outstanding contribution to craft in memory of Robert McCann.
It's a massive pleasure for me to put a chip in and add my few penn'orth to celebrate Pat Rambo, and I'm delighted Bafta Scotland have seen fit to celebrate her career.
I first met Pat Rambo nearly 40 years ago, 200 kilometres into the Arctic Circle in Finnish Lapland. We were doing a film called Coming Out of the Ice. And I arrived a week after the shoot had started, and after travelling what seemed like hundreds of miles across this frozen tundra, it was minus 40 degrees, we arrived at this scientific research station, which was our base. And I was met with this lovely, warm-hearted, friendly woman who said to me, "Hello, you must be David Heyman. You're the spitting image of Patrick Malahide." Ah, dear God. How to win friends and influence people. If only she had said George Clooney or anyone else. But never mind, we became the best of pals. And 8 years later, I was directing my first feature film, Silent Scream, and I was thrilled that Pat agreed to be my script supervisor. But this was a different Pat who turned up. She came up to me in the midst of a crazy, manic prep period and said, "I need a day of your time." I said, "I don't have a day." She said, "I need a day of your time." No one says no to Pat Rambo.
They started by giving him a sleeping pill. Then gradually they added on. Then he wanted more of them. Largactil, Valium, and ken knows the dose. After the last riot, Lawrence said if he hadn't erupted into violence, he'd have broken down completely.
When I first met up with Pat for Silent Scream, she said, well, she would need probably 2 or 3 weeks prep before she could start on it. And I thought, why on earth? And I asked her, why did she need that amount of time? And she said, well, she needed to know the script better than anyone else.
We sat down for the day. She opened up the page and she started with line 1 on page 1 of the script. What is your story? What is the dramatic arc of your story? What is the emotional thread of your story? Pat takes it onto another level because she believes script supervision is about the continuity of the integrity of the story.
When you see a script by Pat, absolutely everything is in it. Every camera angle, every lens, every focus pull is all written on the script, and the photographs that go with it to enable you to reconstruct any part of it at any time. They are absolutely a work of art.
I wish you could see it. I wish I could describe it to you just like I'm saying it.
Be more specific, McIntyre. You're my eyes and ears there. Give me details.
We started together on Local Hero, and every single occasion she brought her own character, her own personality to bear on what were sometimes tricky situations.
Who's baby?
Around the camera is a tight triangle: continuity, camera operator, director. And those three people between us are the first people to realise, if you've got it, did that take work? And Pat was a perfect member of that.
For me, there is no redemption.
God gave us the burden of freedom. You chose your crime. Do you have the courage to choose your penance? Do you dare do that?
There is no penance hard enough for me.
You develop a kind of trust. I've watched people just look across at each other. Someone nods and someone else nods. You don't have to say a word, and you know. And Pat had that extraordinary quality of quietly being an affirming character.
Did you ever see Sinatra?
Oh, aye. I met Big Frank a few times.
You met him? You met Frank Sinatra?
Your name will be on the door.
Pat, hello. You were the very first script supervisor that I ever worked with on Local Hero all those years ago. The first in a long line of long-suffering folk who had to say things to me like, the cup wasn't in that hand, it was in that hand. And I, of course, being a very stupid young actor, would say, it doesn't really matter, does it? And then I was lucky enough that when I went on to direct, you came with me, and I realized that it did really matter.
Oh, no, not me. I did it my way.
Congratulations, you're a real inspiration to us in the industry.
What you do is vital. And you have taught so many of us with great patience and kindness and grace over the years what does really matter. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Lots of love.
So Pat, have a brilliant evening. You deserved every scrap of this honour, and you were an absolute joy and a pleasure to work with. Look after yourself.
You are loved and respected throughout this industry, and you fully deserve the special award you've received this evening. Have a great time.
Ladies and gentlemen, a huge, big welcome and a big hand for Pat Rambo.
I'm sure I never told Peter Capaldi to put a cup in one hand and the other. I never did that. However, I love you to bits. Well, this was so unexpected, but it's probably predictable for me to say I'm pleased to accept this award, but not just for me. It's also on behalf of all good script supervisors who work on films. There's a little note in front of me that says, please speak up. Ta. Okay. Anyway, what do we do? Really, what do we do? And as Paddy said, story. When I met Asif Kapadia in 2000, before working with him on his first feature, The Warrior, he asked me, what does a script supervisor do? My reply was, think story, which I feel is the real meaning behind the title script supervisor. Story and performance, I think, are the core of a good film. 1989, I worked on the film Fat Man and Little Boy, a very complex story about the creation of the atom bomb. The cinematographer was the late Vilmos Zsigmond. One day he watched me writing in my script the camera details of a scene, including his filters. Do you write all my secrets in your script, Pat? Yep, I replied. And what do you do with them? I keep them. Well, that's not strictly true, because last year I donated all 50 of my scripts to the British Film Institute for their archives to help future filmmakers. I'm nearly finished. And on that subject, it is still very difficult to learn the craft of a script supervisor. And even these days, the best way is to work as a trainee or assistant to a good one. I'm sure you could hear me. So when you're next doing a budget for a film, put a little extra money in for a trainee script. It's money well spent, not just for your film, but for the future of the industry. Thank you again. Oh, I go this way. Thank you very much.
Pat Rambo, everybody! Extraordinary. Right, big news, huge news. You all right? Yeah. We're more than halfway there. Yeah, dig in, we can do it. I'm just looking forward to exhaling. Next up is the award for Best Short Film. Presenting it are two comedians and presenters wrapped up in mother and daughter, Janie Godley and Ashley Storey.
Frank, shut the door.
Say your funny bit.
Okay. If there's a word that's going to make you like a film before it even starts, that word is short.
Mother has promised not to drop any C-bombs, so you can all unclench. On offer tonight, we have a drama about teenage love, the story of an ex-miner confronting his last day of work before retirement, and a documentary covering the curious impact of a traumatic injury. Let's take a look at them, shall we?
Short film. Jealous Alan.
Morning! Caught you wanking. 1, 2, 4. Man! Who were you thinking about? Fuck off! Who were you thinking about? Fuck off! Who were you thinking about? Fuck off! What the fuck is that? A love bite?
Hey, Ross. I tried to phone you earlier on, aye.
Red Hill.
It's Jim. Jim Andrew for Castle Hill Pit. I was just wondering what you're up to these days. Oh, good. Good, aye. Yeah, I'm still working on going. I haven't got Facebook.
The only things he can actually remember
That joke isn't funny anymore.
are jokes.
She went to the shop for a bottle of sauce. Shopkeeper says, what would you like? She says, HP. Shopkeeper says, HP. And Lindsay says, no. I says, no, I'll pay for it now. He says, I'll pay for it now. I'll pay for it now.
I'm getting there. The Bafta Scotland Award goes to...
That joke isn't funny anymore.
I am steaming right now. There's like one way to burn your bridges with the entire industry at one time. This is it. Someone told us last night to write a speech at the pre-party, and I was like, well, maybe I'll write a speech because you look like we should. So this is for my aunt and uncle who feature in my film. My uncle lives with the effects of a brain injury, and my aunt has stood by his side for 10 years since it happened. And life is really difficult for them at times. So I dedicate this to them and their incredible resilience. Thank you for being my family, and thank you to my family, especially my mum and my dad and my really talented brother Tim, who's an editor, who saved my life this year, actually letting me move into his house when I was in a really bad place. Thank you to all of the people who worked on this film, some of whom are here tonight. John Bruce from Blazing Griffin. Blazing Griffin really supported this film a lot. And Francis McDonald, who composed the music, and my dad is like so pumped by that because Francis McDonald plays in Teenage Fan Club, who's my dad's favourite band. And my amazing producer, Beth Allen. And all of her comrades at Forest of Black, Kieran, Michael, Oscar, Nikki, who were really there for me when times got tough, because I fucking lost the plot this summer. And SDI, Scottish Documentary Institute, Creative Scotland, for believing in me and funding me, and I wouldn't be standing here without you. And finally, thanks to Bafta for this incredible honour, because ever since I met Beth about 5 years ago, I was like, we could win one of those Scottish Baftas, couldn't we? So thank you, and over to Beth now for her thank
Well, for my second that I get left, just the thank yous to Hannah for bringing an amazing project to her family, for letting us put their life on screen, and hopefully lots of you will see the film, to Scottish Documentary Institute, who are great, and thanks for the trust, and Forest of Black family, thank you. And yeah, it's an exciting time to be making film and TV in Scotland, I think. And apologies for what you're going to see on the dance floor later.
God, I wish I spoke half as much sense when I was steaming. That was an amazing speech. So great, wasn't it? Can we give them another round of applause? Brilliant. Okay, tonight's next award is for Director Fiction. Announcing the nominees, and the winner are two of the stars of a television drama that's travelled through time and absolutely conquered the world. From the extraordinary Outlander, please welcome Claire and Jamie Fraser as themselves, Katrina Balfe and Sam Heughan.
Where am I looking? Over here. This year's talented nominees explore our more recent history. From the legendary Laurel and Hardy on tour of Britain in the 50s to the young detective Constable Morse in the 60s.
All the way to the memories of the halcyon days of the late 90s rave culture. And I'm sure some of you out there remember that. Martin Compston.
Or he would if he could. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Director, Fiction. Sponsored by Champagne Tattinger.
I'm looking for a fair price for a Laurel and Hardy picture, and you know it.
John S. Beard, Stan and
We
Ollie.
haven't got a dime. That's because we keep getting divorced. No, it's because you're a cheapskate who got rich off our backs.
Come on now, Steve.
He is. He's a cheapskate, a skinflint, and a parvenu.
A parvenu?
He thinks because my contract's up and yours isn't, that I won't be able to go anyplace else, and I'll have to take what he's offering.
Wait. What's a parvenu?
Well, it's someone who started out with nothing, got rich, but has no class. Look it up in the dictionary, Hal. There's a picture of you.
Johnny Kenton, Endeavour. Brian Welsh, Beats.
What's he on about? He's going out. Is it a party? No, for you, wee man.
Hey, come back to us when your balls have dropped there.
Oh, come on, tell me. What? Hey. Yeah. You're Wendy. What's happening tonight then, cuz?
Nothing, wee man. Just got a mind. Get a Chinese, watch telly.
We come with us.
What's your problem, you wee creep?
What happened to your face?
And the Bafta award goes to John S. Baird for Stan and Ollie.
Obviously, I'm not John. He's somewhere in the air at the moment going to America, and he's asked me to read this. Oh, by the way, I think Beats was brilliant, and I love Endeavour as well. So John says, thank you so much, Bafta, for this incredible honour and for recognising our film. I'm desperately sorry I can't be there tonight, as it would have been great to celebrate all the fantastic work of the last year with you. I'd like to sincerely thank everyone who was involved in making Stan and Ollie, particularly producer Faye Ward, writer Jeff Pope, our wonderful crew, and the most marvellous cast led by Steve, John, Shirley, that's me, and Nina. I'm extremely proud to come from Scotland and will always try my absolute best to represent our country and its film industry wherever in the world I'm working. Thanks so much again, and I wish you all a very enjoyable evening. Love, John.
Right then, next tonight, the award for the year's best work by an actress in a feature film. Yeah, to open the envelope, last year's winner of the Bafta Scotland Award for Best Actor in Film, who's only gone and been nominated in that category again tonight. So one way or another, it's a very busy night for who I think is the future James Bond, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack Lowden.
Hello. Right. Can I just ask, right? Does anybody here actually know how to tie a bow tie? Could have done with you earlier. Me and my mum were up in the hotel room watching about 45 minutes of YouTube videos. It's honestly the hardest thing I've ever tried. It's like Sudoku for the well-heeled. Right. Opening ad-lib done. Laughs 8. Right, shut up, Jack. Right. 3 powerhouse performances from from actresses who are truly at the top of their game. With an ex-con Glaswegian country singer dreaming of making it to Nashville, a strong and steadfast 14th century queen, and one half of the other Laurel and Hardy double act. So let's take a look at their work.
Actress. Film.
I'm not free, and there's so much I can't undo.
Jessie Buckley, Wild Rose.
I can't undo going to the jail. I can't undo shocking in heroin to all the lassies in there already fucked for drugs. And do you know what else I can't undo? Having 2 kids. 2 beautiful children before I was 18. Winona, she's 8. And Lyle, he's 5. And I got 12 months in the jail and I left behind 2 kids.
Did you enjoy the show?
Oh, yes. Very good.
Shirley Henderson, Stan and Ollie.
Well, Mr. Delfont,
I
he told
have
us
many offer to perform on London stage, but Hollywood called me.
Oh, so you're a bit of an actress yourself, are you?
more of a dancer, really, with a very high pain threshold.
I make film with Preston Sturgis and
Harold Lloyd?
Harold Lloyd. No time for the London stage.
No, and I'm sure the London stage has been kicking itself all these years.
Oh, yes.
Yes. We have to find our boys, excuse me.
It's true, I have seen very little of the world.
Florence Pugh,
However,
Outlaw King.
a young lady of my standing is afforded a great deal of time to read, to form distinct opinions, and to draw her own conclusions about the nature of power.
All right.
Power is making decisions. Power is not allowing yourself to be buffeted on the tides of history. Instead, it is choosing a boat, climbing aboard, and hoisting the sail. I choose you.
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to Jessie Buckley.
No mine. It's a bit intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry. I was gonna know as well. I'm genuinely honoured to be up here to say Jessie's words, so if you'll take my time, here's what she said. Oh God, in the words of Rose Lynn, I feel like a fanny. I never write anything because I can't believe in the first place that I'm lucky enough to be doing what I love. But, fanny or not, I just want to say thank you, and I am very, very shocked and thankful, and a shocked fanny. Firstly, thank you to Glasgow. Fucking yes. For just letting me into your hearts and letting me have the best time traipsing around your streets in these cowboy boots. I love you to your bones. To Nicole Taylor, you massive earthquake of a talent and humanity. Thank you for bringing an amazing friend and ballsy inspiration into my life in Rosalind Harlan. There feels like there was a time in my life before Rosalind and after, and I love you. To Tom Harper, I cannot love and respect. Good man, what a legend. I cannot love and respect and want to call you a ball bag in all the best ways more. I love you and I feel so lucky to have a friend and a partner in crime in you. To Faye Ward, who I love completely. Yeah, to Faye Ward, I cannot love and respect and want to wrong line. To Faye Ward and everyone at Fable and Screen Scotland and Film 4, Jack Arnold, my amazing musicians and every single crew and cast member, this is all ours, and thank you for such an excellent, fun time. Lastly, to all the women and men out there, that whatever corner of life that you live in, whatever you want, whatever your dreams are, you can take them and put on those cowboy boots, go to the streets and get yowdy, because they're yours for the taking. Thank you. I'm so grateful, and I'm probably raising a glass somewhere in Chicago and having a wee dance while doing the hoovering. So, and it was a Jessie. I can only imagine she says thank you so fucking much. Go on, Scotland.
Oh, fantastic. Right, now to honour the year's best feature film. And how fitting that the award will be presented by a multiple Bafta Scotland Award winner, a writer, producer, director and actor, nominated again for his breathtaking on-screen work this evening. Please join me in welcoming the force of nature that is Peter Mullen.
Thank you. Well, this force of nature had a card that I was supposed to read, but the force of nature hasn't got his fucking glasses. So, such is nature. So it's about late when I go, and the nominations are, let's have a look at them.
Feature film. Freedom Fields.
Okay. You know, this isn't a love song.
Only You.
It's about him being cheated on by his girlfriend, and he can't forgive her, and then the memory just keeps, like, coming back to haunt him.
Poor Elvis.
It's a wicked song, though.
I want you. I woke up in one.
Wild Rose.
Ain't no time at all. I go back to the boss. This is a joke. Off your butt. Ladies and gentlemen, noise.
Cut my teeth from that old LGO. And I lost my mind somewhere in New Mexico.
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to Wild Rose.
Never get to bed, never get to cook you style.
Harkness. James Harkness. Where's James gone? Where's James Harkness? He should be up here as well. James, he's around the back side. I cannot express how thrilling it is to be here. Nicole always said that this film for her was like a love letter to Glasgow. So to be here today, receiving this award is beyond an honour. So thank you to Bafta, and we're thrilled to be here. Now, not everybody did receive a film so well. There was someone who wrote in a letter of complaint. They said, amongst other things, they didn't like some of the language that the heroine used. They complained about the fact that it said bastard twice, fanny 3 times, shitty and prick. So that's a shame. But I do want to just mention Faye Ward and Nicole Taylor. Faye Ward, the producer, Nicole, the screenwriter. Faye is a pillar of strength and integrity and tenacity, and we wouldn't be here without her. And to Nicole, who has written such a wonderful script, that we wouldn't be here without either. And deliciously expletives and terrible language. So.
Yes, we're really sad that Nicole and Faye can't be with us tonight. They're both, they'll be thrilled and they'll be honoured. They're watching at home, I think. Both of them in the last month have had babies, as Tom mentioned earlier. Nicole just a couple of weeks ago, and Faye had her twins a couple of weeks before that. So that's why they're not here tonight. We also wanted to say thank you to our long-term supporters, the BFI, Nat and Ben, particularly Leslie from Creative Scotland. We want to thank our wonderful team at Film 4, wonderful team at E1, and for Glasgow, the Grand Ole Opry, everyone who let us into their community and their hearts. We had such a joy on this film, and thank you, Bafta.
And finally...
Congratulations. Okay, actor television is our next category. One where in recent times the award has gone to the likes of Douglas Henshaw, Ken Stott and David Tennant. To reveal which name will be added to that impressive list, we're joined by 2 actresses from the hit movie Beats. Please welcome Amy Manson and Rachel Jackson.
Sorry, babes. Congratulations, Wild Rose. Love the film. Good evening, everybody. We have some scene-stealing performances on display here with a heroic war veteran and protection officer defending his country, a fearless student fighting to be accepted by friends and family,
and a grisly and gutsy coal miner battling against time to prevent a nuclear disaster. Let's take a look at the nominees in action.
Actor, television.
What? You wouldn't give us fans. It's too hot for clothes. So we're digging the old way. This is where our fathers mined.
Alex Ferns, Chernobyl.
We're still wearing the fucking hats. What do you want?
You're not as protected. No.
You tell me to make a difference. When this is over, will they be looked after?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I first came to this country. I had to do so much to fit in. I never wanted the same for my children.
Shuti Gatwa, sex education.
Strong. But you are so different. It makes me feel scared for you.
Your fear doesn't help me, Dad. It makes me feel weak.
But why do you have to be so much?
This is me.
May I ask, Mum?
Richard Madden, bodyguard.
That interview you did on telly, did you mean what you said?
I'm sorry.
About the Middle East?
See, I don't only say what the people want to hear. I'm about doing the right thing and making the hard choices. The thing is, David/Dave, I don't need you to vote for me, only to protect me.
Rest assured, Mum, I'll do what's required.
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to
Alex Ferns for Chernobyl.
Just when you think your career's fucked, along comes Chernobyl. Fucking hell. Sorry, I swear like a trooper, so get over it. I just want to... I want to dedicate this to my pal Anthony Bishop, an actor who was killed 2 weeks ago in a car accident. So I'm dedicating that to him, and also to the... I'm really shit at this. The men and women of Chernobyl, you know, the people who put their lives on the line. That's what this is about. I don't care about anything else. Got to say some thanks to Bafta, Sky, HBO, and Sister Pictures, and also my wife and kids back home, my whole family, and who else I need to say thank you to? I'm terrible at this. Bear with me, there was somebody else.
Your mother.
My mother. She's gonna kick the shit out of me if I don't say. Mum, thank you so much. Oh, yes. Craig Mazin, Johan Renck, who, the writer and director who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. So thank you very much. Cheers. Have a good night.
Okay, it's no secret that we're enjoying a golden age of television drama. Tonight's next award celebrates the best work by an actress on the small screen and is presented by a Bafta Scotland winning actor. Currently starring in the brilliant new pitch black comedy drama Guilt, please put your hands together and welcome Mark Bonner.
Hello, your dinner's coming soon, don't worry. I'm a bit throaty tonight, so forgive me if I yodel through this. It's an exciting time for our industry. It feels like things are slowly starting to change. These performances, I think, are a welcome sign that complex, multi-layered leading roles are being written for women. They're also a huge credit to the talent of these three wonderful actresses. They feature a police detective who puts her career in jeopardy, a young teacher struggling to bond with her baby son who then goes missing, and a grieving mother desperately looking for the truth. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Actress, television.
What happens now?
Morven Christie, The Bee.
I'll need your warrant card.
What?
No.
Tony.
No. What did you expect? Did you think I was going to say, never mind, we all make mistakes, sweep it under the carpet?
No, of course not. But...
You compromised an ongoing murder inquiry.
No, I didn't do anything to impede the investigation.
You destroyed evidence. You betrayed your colleagues. You betrayed me.
Please let him come home to us.
Jenna Coleman, The Cry.
We will never stop looking for murder.
And we will never stop believing that he's out there and that he will return to us.
How can I leave? How can I leave if I don't know where he is? How can I go home? I can't ever leave. Sorry.
Okay, can we stop now?
I'm so sorry, Craig.
I don't want an apology, I said that.
Kelly MacDonald,
Find it hard to hear.
the victim.
I think I need a break.
Will you look at me? Please. I know it's not enough, but I need you to know.
Don't what, Craig?
I need a break.
I'm so sorry for what I've done to you.
Don't!
Craig.
Please.
Craig.
Don't.
Will you look at me, please?
Stop!
I'm so sorry,
Okay.
Craig.
The Bafta Scotland Award goes to Kelly MacDonald for The Victim.
Hello. Thank you so much. I've always wanted to be handed an award by a man in a kilt, so job done. I have so many lovely people to thank, and they're all sitting pretty much at table 28. Rob Williams, who wrote the series, I just have so much admiration for, and I just felt so privileged to get to play Anna Dean. And Neil, the director, thank you so much for the opportunity. And I need Pat. I don't know my lines. I'm holding this in both hands for continuity purposes. I also wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for James Harkness, who is just such a solid, acting partner, and I feel like he should make a hat trick and be up here for the third time tonight, but it might be a bit overkill. I don't know. Thank you very much.
Okay, everybody, let's hold our nerve and any other relevant part of your anatomy. We're on the home straight. Yes! Now the award for television scripted. It stars two people, one of the funniest pieces of scripted television in years, so it is. From Channel 4's Derry Girls, please put your hands together and welcome the extraordinary Nicola Clune and Saoirse Monica Jackson.
What's the crack? Lads, if the London Baftas had half as much gin as the Scottish Baftas, they'd be way better crack. This is brilliant. I've never just been given so much gin in my life. We're delighted. Thank you so much. We will be back every year. Thank you very much. Are you ready? Ready. Okay. I'm too short It's to a read bit it. confusing I'm because too it's on short a to read glass. it. Oh no, I can see it a bit. Okay. These original and distinctive shows are a testament to the feeling that Scotland is on the cusp of an exciting new era in this category.
With huge emotional and universal appeal, they challenge our audience and divide our sympathies and keep us amused. Here's a quick look at our nominations.
We did it.
Television, scripted. The Cry.
things that can happen to a person. There's a few things that could be worse. Can you think of any?
It was a really nice service, Colin.
2 doors down.
Eh? I'm saying the service was lovely.
Do you think so?
Oh, yes, very nice, Colin.
The wee minister did an excellent job, I thought.
Aye, he did. He judged it just right.
Very sensitively done.
Yeah, I thought so too.
How much do you charge you, Colin?
Right. Who's for a drink? Just a tea for me.
Tea?
I'll take a coffee.
Oh, I'll have a coffee as well, Kath.
You need decaf?
All right, Ian, it's not fucking Costa.
So, I'd go and stay with people.
The victim.
Or get put in care for a week or two. But most of the time, I was on my own. So what's to remember?
Ask him who he is.
You seem agitated, Mr. Myers. You'd be agitated.
Ask him.
The witness's memory appears sound, Mr. Mishra. Please move on.
No!
Mrs. Dean, please.
Ask him while he's under oath. Ask him!
You ask me!
And the Bafta Scotland Award goes to The Cry.
Oh, God. The last time I stood on this stage was a few years ago, actually, when I was chair of Bafta Scotland and the VT didn't work. I don't know if anyone was here that night. So I had to come up and do 3 minutes of improv, actually, and I pulled my dress up too far. And I apologise to anyone who saw that. I won't do that tonight. Anyway, oh, God, thank you so much, Bafta Scotland. That's amazing. So many people to thank. It starts with Helen Fitzgerald. Where is she? Helen Fitzgerald, get up here! Helen Fitzgerald, get up here. Without Helen's book, none of us would be here. I remember the day she sent me the manuscript, and I read it at my kitchen table, and I called her. I'm quite a slow reader. It was a couple of days later, and I said, Helen, we're going to make this as a series. It was the most gripping page-turner I've ever read. So, Helen, thank you so much for believing in us. And you should be up here. Jacqueline Persky, who's our writer of The Cry, the most incredible writer. She took Helen's book, which was the twistiest, turniest, most difficult story to tell, and Jacqueline made it her own, and she's the best writer. She's actually in Bondi Beach right now, swimming in the ocean, so she's not daft. To Piers Wenger, Gaynor Holmes, Liz Kilgariff, and all at BBC Scotland, thank you so much for believing in us and The Cry and Synchronicity and Scottish drama. Jenna, who is filming in Bangkok at the moment, and Ewan Leslie, Glendon Ivan, our wonderful director. The great thing about doing a co-production is getting to visit places like Melbourne, and which is very like Glasgow, actually. But anyway, our Australian cousins, we love you. We wish you were here tonight. To my co-pilot, Captain Kaczynski. We could not have made this show without you. You're the best. And we had a ball making this show together. Thank you very much for supporting us and for supporting the show. Oh God, sorry. Hang on. To the wonderful story team who helped pull the cry together, to Creative Scotland, to BBC, to ABC. I think I'm going to hand over to Brian now because my phone's locked out.
I just want to say thank you to all of the crew, the wonderful crew, both in Scotland and in Australia. The Australians are waking up to their smashed Avo now, so hopefully they welcome the news. But I'd like to say thank you very much to my family for their love and their patience, but I'd really like to say also Stuart Menzies, our producer in Australia, thanks for his guidance in a world we didn't know. But also I'd really like to say thank you very much to Claire Mundell and everyone at Synchronicity for bringing a quality script, letting me get on board and fighting the good fight as a Scottish independent. Thank you.
And can I just say one other thing? Sorry, I'm sorry, Bafta Scotland, John Smith, I'm really sorry. But thank you to Adrian, who has supported me all the way through this when he thought I would never pull it off. But I did. And thank you very much to my mum, who, if you're still up, good night. Thank you, everyone.
Right then, tonight's penultimate award. Yeah! Honours the year's finest work by an actor in a feature film. And now, to present it, please welcome an actress who's made her mark everywhere, from the caves of The Descent to the psychologist's seat in this year's BAFTA-winning TV drama, The Cry. Last year's BAFTA Scotland's Best Actress in Film, it's Shauna MacDonald.
Hello, everyone. Wow, this is exciting. Now, for whoever's fortunate enough to win tonight, I would say remember to thank your mum and dad, which I forgot last year, so thank you, mum and dad. I've done that now. It's not about me, it's about these wonderful 3 accomplished actors who have each enthralled their audiences in unique ways. This is a script, but I do believe it. Firstly, with a portrayal of Lord Darnley in a new take on 16th century power politics, a seasoned lighthouse keeper in a tale of fear and greed, and a breakout performance of a story of rave culture in Edinburgh in the mid-90s. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Actor, film, sponsored by Audi. Jack Lowden, Mary Queen of Scots.
It is right for the man to ask, no?
Then ask.
Before God, before all of Scotland, before all the world,
Yes.
you'll be my queen,
Yes.
and I your king,
Yes.
and your master.
My husband.
Lorne MacDonald, Beats.
Look, I'll see you later.
Donald! Please, mate. Last night out, eh? Me and you. Dream team and that.
Peter Mullen, The Vanishing.
James, no. No. Too vulnerable down there. We'll stay here, not let them on.
What are you saying?
We stay up here. Maybe they'll see sense and we don't start a war over this. We stay here and we don't let them on.
The Bafta Scotland Award for Best Actor goes to Lorne MacDonald for Beat.
Did you? Aye. I feel like I should just channel a bit of Spanner and go, yes! Thank you so much, Bafta Scotland. This is surreal. I'd also like to say it's such an honour to be in the same category as... Oh, he's right there. With Peter Mullen and Jack Loudon. Two just unbelievable actors. Thank you so much to Brian Welsh, best director I've ever had. Kieran Hurley, Camilla Bray. I've always wanted to be in films, and thanks to you. Okay. Yeah, thanks so much. Christian, my brother, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I love you, man. Also, Ruth Young, my amazing agent, and the RYT, Ruth Young team. Thank you to all the cast and crew of Beats. It was the best experience of my entire life, and I can't believe I'm here. Thank you to my mum and my dad. And my amazing brother. I love you all. Thanks to Andy Murray, because what an inspiration, am I right? Just awesome. And last but certainly not least, thank you so much to my gran, Jessie. You bastard. Oh, she must have been the oldest woman to come and see Beats at the cinema. And when she came to see it, she was like, oh, I really liked it, but did you have to swear so much? So, Jessie, I love you. Thank you so much.
If you haven't seen Brian's film Beats yet, you really need to see it because it's an extraordinary film. Congratulations. Well done. Okay, finally this evening, she says, almost swamped by a sigh of relief like a Mexican wave across the room. The last award! In the gift bag of Bafta Scotland. But just you wait and see how much joy this award is going to bring you. It celebrates an outstanding contribution to television, and to tell us why it is so deserved, here is an extraordinary duo who embody blazing Scottish talent. Please welcome Martin Compston and David Heyman.
How you doing? All right? Hello. You know, it really is a privilege to be here tonight to present this particular Bafta. I've been to a few of these over the years and have seen many worthy winners of this award, but none more deserving than tonight's recipients. For me, and for many others, they are responsible for creating, quite simply, the best Scottish TV show ever made. It's a show we watch with our partners, our parents, and our grandparents. We watched it on Hogmanay, on VHS, on bus journeys in the early days, and now on Netflix in the house hungover or when we're travelling and homesick. It truly was a show for all of us. And I say that despite them being directly responsible for me having to suffer a lifetime of getting shouted at me. Maybe if you have a job, Martin, your ma can wipe your ass for you, Martin. You know, most big Scottish productions I've worked on, at some point there's always a producer who says, you need to make sure they can understand you in somewhere random like Wisconsin. And in my head, I'm always screaming, don't fucking worry about Wisconsin. Make something that's true to a place, true to the people, to the culture and the language, and people will respond to it no matter where they're from. And precisely that was the beauty of Still Game. They made no apologies for being Scottish. They thrived on it. Whether it was the poison of Clydeside beside me here, calling Winston a manky bastard, Pete the Jakey having a licence to get pished, or asking for 2 pints prick from Bobby the barman. We laughed. And we laughed because we got it. They took characters we knew from everyday life and put them front and centre in all their glory. And for that, and for making a nation cry with laughter for over a decade, Greg, Ford, Michael, thank you and congratulations.
Hello. When you're as old as I am, and you've been in television for about 40 years and doing movies for 40 years, and with the international nature of our industry, there's very few places you can go on holiday and not be recognised. Tajikistan is my current favourite. But a couple of years ago, I was doing a film in India, and the relief, nobody knew who the hell I was. The relief was absolutely wonderful. You could just relax and chill. It was terrific. I got a couple of weeks off from filming, so I went to Ranthambore, the tiger reserve. I wanted to spot some tigers. And I was staying in the tented encampment. And as I checked in, the wee Indian guy says, oh, there are only 2 other people here. They are from Germany or from Belgium. And I said, oh, that's great. So I'm walking along to sling my sleeping bag into my tent. And I walked past this young couple, and I said, hello. And they went, hello. You were in Still Game. You played Vince, the poisoner of Clydeside. So my anonymity was completely blown in the heart of India, and I've never looked back. Let's have a look at some of their work over the years.
Outstanding contribution to television.
The characters are relatable. They're relatable to huge swathes of the population, either people in your family, or people you know, or people you've met. And I think that's a stroke of genius.
Craig Lang, modernity beckons.
Craig Lang, tomorrow's already here.
Craig Lang.
Shite-hole.
There were characters that we always came back to. We always felt very safe doing those characters, you know. They were like a boy in the ocean. You went to them.
So it was just a natural step that when we got the chance to do a sitcom, that it was the old guys that we took.
What delights do you have on offer from your varied and extensive menu? Pies. Oh, pies. Do you hear that, Jack? They have pies.
Oh, that's dandy, because I was getting sick of that lobster thermidor, you know.
Well, one of the highlights of my life was appearing in Still Game.
Oh, what name are you holding out for then, Tam?
Tam.
Tam?
Yeah. What usually... Oh, look, there's Big Tam and Wee Tam, or Old Tam and Young Tam, if you like.
Right.
I was in a band, and on keyboards of that band, one of his many talents is Michael Hines, who is the director. I'd been dropping hints for a very long time, and eventually the penny dropped, and I managed to get a cameo in an episode called Down and Out.
Demolition firms and building companies. And now we look at the weather.
The first series, I would ring up and say, I don't know if you know Chewing the Fat, but do you remember the old guys who sing? They're doing a sitcom. Do you want to be in it? And the people go, yeah, whatever. after the second series, can we be in Still Game?
You want an Android or iPhone, 3G or 4G Wi-Fi. I've got 16, 32, 64 gigabytes. Now, I can also do you 128, but you're only going to need that if you're storing like a lot of music and videos and stuff. You're going to use them for streaming?
What I love about Still Game is that every single character is funny, and I think that's just a tribute to Ford and Greg's writing, but also a tribute to Michael's direction and to the performances from the cast.
I'm clean. I'm super clean. I'm the cleanest. You're the manky wee bastard. Look at you. You got germs crawling over you. I can smell them. I can see them.
Oh, that's psychopath, that is. You're a psycho. A clean psycho, I'll give you that, but a psycho nonetheless. You're getting down.
And I think that is an incredible achievement, and also to sustain that series after series after series is just an achievement that I don't really think will be matched again in my lifetime or anyone else's lifetime or on this planet or on the universe. And when the universe blows up, the Still Game will be the only people that live.
Oh, look who it is. Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing.
That's actually very good, Bobby, because that's the two fellas that conquered Everest.
Well, you finally got one right. Aye, well done. That aside, 2 pints, prick!
There are so many episodes and moments that stand out for me. One of my favourites is when Jack and Victor enrolled in a first aid course at Glasgow Uni. They start off very enthusiastic, but soon they're skipping classes and spending all their time in the student union.
Is that, the heat?
I believe so, aye.
You know, during the time that Ford and I weren't working together, both of us, you know, when we started gabbing again, everybody was like, when are you bringing it back? When are you bringing it back? And we both sat down and were like, this is crazy, us not doing this show. It's absolutely crazy.
Hello, stranger.
Who's this one watching?
Oh, 'cause this shower of wankers live at some bastard arena, you know. They've not performed together for years, they've settled their differences and now they're back.
There's a lot of warmth in the room, which you just can't tell until the night you're there.
And the strange thing was, the very strange thing was that it was like a flashback, a 20-year flashback to doing it at the Edinburgh Festival in front of 8 people. You're like, oh man, this is where we started out with these characters. This is really, really weird.
BBC came back and seen us after one of the shows and I said to say, you're bringing a show back, aren't you? I mean, we hadn't really thought about it, but let's talk about it. So we had a bit of a chat and we said, okay, bring it back to TV.
We were really fortunate in that we were getting to tie up all the stories and do all the stories that we wanted, and all the last wee things that we had to say, we got a chance to say.
Well, I think Still Game is about warmth, and that's a word I would use to sum it up. And Craig Lang, the cast and the crew, have created a community that all of us as viewers recognise, and actually more than that, that we want to be part of and perhaps think we are really part of. And as well as being an incredibly funny show, its warmth, I think, is undoubtedly part of its charm.
I just want to say a huge thank you to Greg and to Ford and to all the brilliant cast and crew for making us belly laugh over the years.
Maybe if you have a job, Martin, you're not can wipe your ass for you, Martin.
They make us laugh, but they can also make us cry, and that's when you know that you've created a comedy classic, and Still Game is so very, very special.
You see, when it takes a phone call yesterday and it turns out that Naveed's brother...
Added on drivel.
Congratulations to all the team and Still Game on your wonderful award. Much, much deserved. And we will miss you.
Boof! Right in the Niagara Falls!
Boof! Right in the Costa del Sols!
Right in the Vina McCalls! Boof!
I want to warmly congratulate all of the cast and crew of Still Game for winning the Bafta Scotland Award for outstanding contribution to television. It is very, very richly deserved. Well done, everyone.
Jerry Butler's in tatters. He's panicking because all his territory's in threat now. You know, that we've hung our spurs up there. Hollywood's been thrown into disarray.
Shettleston has fallen.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Ah, because always next year.
Aye, next year, aye. That's if any of us are still here next year.
Of course we'll be here next year.
None of us are going anywhere. Just like that mountain.
Could you please give a massive welcome to Ford Kiernan and Michael Hines?
Ladies and gentlemen, all I can see is 600 faces going, well done, son, but hurry up, I'm starving. So I promise I won't be long. I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Bafta. That is an enormous honour. And for the directors in the room, you'll know how difficult it is these days to do a complete body of work. So I really want to thank from the bottom of my heart Ford and Greg for allowing me to be on their journey over the last 20 years. Thank you, Greg. Of course, directors are nothing more than crazy dreamers without a cast and a crew. And I must thank from the bottom of my heart as well the amazing cast I've had the joy of working with. People who've been at the very, very top of the game, and some of them are here tonight. The fantastic Jay McCarry and Gav Mitchell over there. Oh, there, yeah, yeah. Where's Mick McAvoy? Director. To work with these guys at the top of the game has been a privilege and an honour. These two weren't bad either. On a personal note, I'd like to thank my lovely wife, Kirsty, for letting me move to Craig Lang for 6 months every year. Her support has been vital, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And then Ford, Greg, and I have been really lucky to work with a rare breed of producer, the kind that let you get on with it. And you should try it sometimes, it's really freeing. And certain special thanks must go to Ewan Angus, Colin Gilbert, and Angela Murley in the early days. And to Shane Allen and Steve Canny and the amazing Jackie Sinclair more recently. And finally, from my point of view, before I hand you over, there's a bunch of people that rarely get mentioned up here, but I have to thank the crew that we've worked with over the last 20 years. Whether it's the production office, out on set, or the amazing post-production team and editor, without you guys, we wouldn't be up here celebrating. So to the crew we've always had the pleasure with as well, thank you very much.
Somebody's wrote in there, please speak up. Seriously, the fuck no. No, this is absolutely great. I mean, and the weight of this, I mean, I've got 4 of these in the house, and these other ones are chocolate Baftas compared to this one. This is a cracker. I'm really delighted. This guy, Michael, what a guy, and if you meet him tonight, he'll tell you that himself. No, listen, there's not much to say. I've had an absolute... I mean, obviously, 21 years in any job since we started this is how long we've been doing it. And, there's been a lot of great times and a lot of difficult times, a lot of fantastic people, a lot of fucking assholes as well, which I thought I'd forgotten about, but I made a list. 1996. We'll go alphabetically, okay, Gavin? Now, listen, Greg's not here tonight, he can't be here. A big boy done it and ran away. But he's here with a word, so now a word from our sponsors, and thank you very much, thank you.
Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're having a great night. I'm sorry that I can't be with you tonight. I'm actually coming to you live from Ayr Beach. You know, it's just beautiful down here this time. Honestly, they talk about this microclimate down here. It's not till you see it up close. It's just... I'm not at Ayr Beach. I'm at Guantanamo Bay. Bafta Scotland, thank you so much for this honour. We've had an amazing time over these last 17 years making Still Game, and this is a lovely way to mark it. So thank you so much, Jude, and everybody else at Bafta Scotland. Hello, Michael and Ford. Michael, I don't know how it's working down there, whether they're giving us one of them each. If they are, make sure Ford doesn't take mine up the road, otherwise he'll just keep it and call himself a two-time winner. I'd also like to thank our partners, Kirsty and Leslie and Julie. Oh man, they've had to put up with some crapola over the years. The stories they could tell. I'd also like to thank the cast, Paul and Jane and Mark and Sanj and Gavin and Scott Reed and Paul Young and everybody else who made Still Game what it was. It absolutely simply would not have been the show that it was without them, so thanks to all of them. And I hope you have a great night. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. What's that, mate? Huh? No dogs on the beach? They're a Bafta speech here. Get it round you. See, man. What does get it round you mean? It means get it up you.
Amazing. There you have it. 19 trophies safely delivered and a fantastic celebration of Scotland's creativity, ambition and achievements on our screens. Congratulations to that lot. You can hear them, quite rightly so. The winners and nominees. Thank you to all of our presenters and partners, to you all for attending, and especially to everybody at home watching as well. I have been and will continue to be Edith Bowman, wishing you a good night from a glittering Glasgow. Thank you very much. Good night.